can't stop, won't stop from the Brooklyn block. B-R-O-O-K-L-Y-N. 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 B-R-O-O-K. We well. Okay, we well. Okay, we well. Okay, we well. B-R-O-O-K-L-Y-N.
Head hit. Cam Thomas.
Just give me the ball, I'm fitting the score next. My J is all net, me and Jada just all next. Getting back on defense, hit him with strong flex. I'm official like a ref, trying not to get attacked. And we go hard on Brooklyn, that's a promise. Watch me like a Cam, cause it's my time. Make you watch me like a Cam, cause it's my time. Switch, they can't guard me, especially side the Barclays. Spin between crosses, I can score with both hands. Midi flawless, and I get to paint like an artist. I'm a boss smith, so you should respect my handle. I see the big picture with the nets like a mantle. In the future, I see us as champs too. And when we do, I'ma do a Brooklyn dance move. To stir that whole Millie rock like a fan do. That's a bet like my parlay on FanDuel.
B-R-O-O-K-L-Y-N. B-R-O.
Yo, it's Big Fan Breezy. Know what I'm saying? Yo, man, first and foremost, I want to say shout out to Nets fans. We the best fans. But this ain't about the Nets. We could get into that a little later. And for another thing, before I start, I just want to say that was wild disrespect for whoever came here the other day and put their dick on the screen, you heard? I ain't really feeling that. I know y'all might think that shit is funny, but that's straight disrespect. Know what I'm saying? I represent a brand. You feel me? I represent content that you could be entertained by. Content that gets straight to the point. I get real specific when I, kick up dust. I do debates. I talk basketball. You feel me? I be doing a lot of different stuff. You feel me? Trying to broaden the platform. Like I said, I do want to get women on the page, women in the chat, but that ain't the way to do it. Feel me? Don't disrespect my page. From now on, anybody want to jump on live, y'all gotta show y'all face in the private, in the studio before y'all pull up. If I don't know you, yo, you gonna have to keep your camera on, bro. That ass. Or you gonna have to turn your camera on and show me who you are before you start. I can't have y'all messing up my content like that. But I'm gonna tell you why I'm here. I know Kendrick Lamar supposed to perform at the Superbowl and all that, but I don't see how they going down the main let him perform. Watch the party die. That would be the most gangster. Oh my goodness. What will be the definition of the act of Kendrick Lamar actually performing the song Watch the Party Die? I do not think that the NFL is going to allow Kendrick Lamar to watch it die. I don't think that they're gonna let him perform this song. It's like CB4 when the cops told them don't perform Sweat Off My Balls. And they tried to perform that song in CB4, Sweat Off My Balls. And the police came and got him, you know what I mean? Which was crazy. But what I'm trying to say is, how is that supposed to happen? The NFL and everything that we know about the NFL and the relationships that they have with our community. All the history, all of the things that have been said and done, all of the controversy. All of the people that are involved on both ends, who would think this is a good idea to have Kendrick Lamar perform these songs? It's two ways to look at this. One way, the NFL say, hell no. We not gonna know. That's how. Hell no. You got a whole lot of other songs, Kendrick Lamar. Do not perform, not like us. Do not perform. Watch the party die. Yo, man. Hold on. That shit is real, yo. That shit is real. Hold on 1 second. Yo, but pretty much that's it, man. You know what I'm saying? That's the stream right there in totality. Facts. Like, somebody in the comments riddle me that. But you know what? I don't expect y'all to comment. I know how delicate this situation is. But these are some of the things that I'll be thinking about. I'm not even looking for a conversation. And I'm not only saying that because only one person watching. I'm not saying that because nobody in the comments. It's just things that I'll be feeling like I need to say. I don't necessarily need nobody to say they agree or disagree. Those are my thoughts. I don't think that the NFL is going to let Kendrick Lamar perform not like us and watch the party die, which is the reason he is getting the attention he's getting right now. It is one of the biggest songs across the world. It is the biggest song in America, in the US of A. So why wouldn't they want him to perform this song? Or maybe they do. Are they going to release the song list, the track list for Kendrick Lamar in the Super Bowl before the Super Bowl? Or do we have to wait for the Super Bowl for us to know? Will Kendrick Lamar surprise us? Like, yeah, I was going to do that song, but haha, I don't know. I don't want to say too much. Don't cancel Big Fan Breezy. I'm just learning my way around this social media thing. You know? You gotta say what you feel, but then you can't say too much. You gotta say, I don't know, man. I just know how to be myself, man. I don't got this YouTube thing down pat. Shout to the 730 subscribers rocking with me in the off season. I appreciate y'all. Facts, yo. Oh, shout to Claude Smith. Yo, all I need is Claude Smith to do a show, yo. Claude Smith was one of the best supportive fans in this whole YouTube culture. His comments be wow long. And I'll be reading them. But sometimes I'll be busy, like I'll read it and then I'll press the continue button and then it be a lot of comment. I'll be like, oh my goodness, he be going off. All right, look, you see, it's just me here, Cole. I'm gonna be here for a few minutes. It's me and your show right now. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you comment, I'm gonna talk about. Nah, Claude Smith don't need no super chat. Claude Smith is the original super chat. You see Claude Smith in the comments? Besides when he's talking about how the Knicks are good and all of that crazy stuff he be saying, those other comments, pure gold. Pure gold. So, that's how it is, man. as much, and I want to see, I want to see that happen, yo. Claude Smith said, with an accolade like that, I won't be able to wear my hat. Yeah, LOL. Yo, nah, man. Again, your comments be really supportive, and like, you could tell the person is really. Well, I'm like, he helping me with the show. The ideas that he's saying I could actually utilize. I do a lot of homework and pride myself on doing the work and doing my own due diligence to be creative, and you know what I mean, try to do my best without being a copycat. Try it with for um such a a big fan base for sports. You know what I mean? I try to stand out being creative. That's why I want to, give y'all better production with the visuals, and you know what I'm saying. I might try to get into some videos, etc. But yeah, man, you deserve that compliment, Claude Smith. You're a great fan. You know what I mean? You know, shout out to my guy, Iceman. Watch his podcast. He got a whole half-hour podcast. He's showing you Ben Simmons jersey. He talking about Ben Simmons playing the 5-on-5. Iceman is the only person that I will listen to Ben Simmons content. If it's not him, I'm not listening to it, bro. And it's because who he is and what I know about Iceman and how it makes sense to listen to him about Ben Simmons, bro. Other than that, I'm not trying to hear that. Every summer he do this. He always do this shit, bro. Every summer. I be hooping in the summer too. I'm about to put my sessions, you know what I mean? Put my back playing basketball. I was playing basketball today. Right. I don't know, man. I'm gonna keep it real with you, bro. Ben Simmons being on the roster, it only helps us if he's with a trade situation. Oh man, yeah, yo, man, yeah, yo, I gotta tell you, you the only person, man. Other than that, I cannot listen to anybody talk to me about Ben Simmons. I'm gonna tell you why, and I can't throw the link in the chat. Y'all gotta get this work, man. It's because he always do this, bro. This shit is not cool. This is not cool. We get fans and we all agreeing on something. Then Ben Simmons, he wants to come in the picture, act like he gonna do something. He make all of these promises to us, and he doesn't keep his promises to us. That shit hurt. And I want him to keep the promises. At one time, I was, you know, rooting for him to keep those promises, and now I just realized, like, as a fan, you gotta know who's on the roster, but you got to know who's getting playing time and who's just on the roster. And who's in the rotation. Everybody that's on the roster is not in the rotation. And Ben Simmons was on the roster, but he not in the rotation. So you learn to appreciate the players that's in the rotation. And those players not even all stars like that. That's why Nets fans love Royce O'Neal. You really can't say a bad word about Royce O'Neal to a Nets fan. Like, we got love for Royce O'Neal. He be wilding though. I seen him hit his moms with a crossover. That was crazy. I, I don't know, man. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. Besides that, he cool. But yeah, man, Iceman, you cool. You my guy, bro. Y'all should subscribe to Iceman. This podcast is called the Tip Off of Brooklyn Nets podcast. I don't like that shit though, bro. I gotta keep it real with you, bro. I like that you a great fan. Like, I can watch your content. You dope. You know what I'm saying? You got the song in the beginning and too. I like the intro to the show. But I can't trust Ben Simmons. I trust you more than I trust Ben Simmons, man. So I didn't watch it because it was about Ben Simmons. I watched it because it was your podcast. Or that's a fact. Claude Smith said, Breezy, do you think college players are declaring for the draft too soon? Most of the Hall of Famers had at least 2 years college. Yeah, no, and no. I mean, my thing is college is always going to have players that's going to, it's a 4 year program. And the top 60 in a 4 year program goes to the NBA. So, no, I think the NBA should probably be more selective in who they pick in those first 2 years, make sure that they stars, because maybe a third or fourth year player will have more, be more ready for the NBA than a first or second year player based on the games played, because that's a dramatic difference from college to NBA. You're talking about 30 games to probably like 82. The schedule is way different. So you know what I mean. You want these guys to be physically ready. Even listening to Ace Bailey and Dylan Harper and the podcast, Rucker podcast, they got called the Knighthood or something. That's their team something. They was talking about when that was one of the major differences between high school and college. You know, they was lifting before they was hooping. Like they working out at that level. Imagine to be professional athletes. They student athletes now, but they, Rutgers got a program that's helping them become professional athletes. So I think that's dope. I think that's good. Claude Smith says, "Oh, so to answer to let me just be clear on the answering your question right here. No, I think that the NBA should be more selective on who they pick in the first 2 years, because sometimes they got talent that don't develop immediately. But on the other end, Claude, you got to know that some of these players, they want to enter the draft to get that money. You know what I mean? They know what kind of benefits the NBA provides. So, I think if they can do it, they should, and utilize the G League to answer your question specifically. But you do make a good point about most of the Hall of Famers had at least 2 years college. So I think ultimately it's a personal decision between the player and the and his family. You know, sometimes they be doing it to get out of poverty situations, or they just want to live better. Like they be going to the NBA for personal reasons. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a job too. It's not just a dream come true. They actually get paid, and they got to sign a contract, and there's two-way contracts and different contracts, and there's a lot that goes into being drafted and going to the NBA. So they got a lot to think about. But this is an interesting question. It's not really easy for me to leave this question because there's so many layers to it, and how I'm answering it. But yeah, the NBA, in short, the NBA should consider more 3 year, 4 year players before they do 1 2 year players, just because of learning the system. Being coachable based on who's coachable. I think that should be an attribute. I know that's not a stat in the box score, but the coachable players, they should definitely consider that, and you get that from a third, 4th year player more than you do in a 2 year, 1 or 2 year player in college. Um, I'll get to that question in a second. Claude Smith said Bill Russell, Magic, Bird, Oscar Robertson, etc. all had at least 2 years of college. Yeah, that's significant. You know what I'm saying? They learn how to be coached. They're not just raw talent. I was hooping with my son earlier, and I met this kid. He played for high school, and he was telling me that the first 2 years he played, but the first year he averaged 2 points, and second year he averaged 12. And he was saying that because he basically was listening more. You know what I mean? He was raw talent in his first year, but he became easier to coach in his second year. And when I say coachable, it's just playing in the system, playing as a teammate. Yeah, you're gonna get individual players that know how to play basketball. Like they're gonna even, you know what I'm saying? That's what it is. They work on their game and their skill set, and the players get better and better every day. Basketball is probably the fastest evolving sport in the world, in my opinion. But that being said, yeah, it was good talking to that young man. Shout out to him. He was a 10th grader. I think he go to Lincoln High School. I think his name is Miguel. Cool kid, man. Cool kid. Shout out to you. If you're listening to this, shout out to you, man. I hope you have a good year. Um, yeah. So yeah, you make a good point though, Claude Smith. These are all Hall of Famers. That's a fact. The tip off for Brooklyn Nets podcast. Subscribe to the homie. He said they saying 3, 4 year players become system guys. The 1 year, 2 year players still have some of that rawness left, and they're not a system guy. But I mean, okay, system guy to rawness. Like, you could benefit. They could benefit from being both. And what do you mean, system guy? Break that down for me, Iceman. What do you mean, system guy? Like, break that down for me so I can read the comment. Shit, I'm about to go to sleep. That's why I didn't throw the link in the chat. I just wanted to pull up and say some of that. Claude Smith said most of those guys should have concentrated on being doctors, engineers, school teachers. The odds would be better if they succeed in that than the NBA. Only 1.1 make the pros. Only 1.1% make the pros. I mean, 60%. When I was getting ready for the debate and I was reading up on all of this. That's how I know that Claude is right about the 1.1% make the pros. 5,000 high school students go to college to D1 schools to be student athletes. 5,000. And all the schools, all the conferences, all of the tournaments, all of that. 5,000. D1. 60 players out of 5,000 make the league. Think about that. So in 4 years, 240 players make the league. And there's more than that, obviously. G League, overseas, NBA, but we being specific, if we're being technical, we're just talking about the NBA. Yeah, that's the number. You're looking around 240 players. So, that is a small percentage in contrast to 5,000. The tip off Brooklyn Nets podcast system guys mean you lose some of your raw talent. You depend on the system, make you look good. So that's why they try to draft so young. They want to see raw potential. Okay, now that you put it like that, now that you put it that way, hey, subscribe to the tip off Brooklyn Nets podcast. Subscribe, man. Facts. Subscribe. That's Iceman. Y'all heard him on the panel many times. Yeah. Okay. Well, I gotta kind of agree to that. I kind of agree with that. But how much is that a bad thing? But what about what Claude Smith said though? Bill Russell, Magic, Bird. Well, Magic, didn't he come out his first year? Didn't he play 1 year with at college and then he came out? I'm not sure to debate it. Claude Smith was probably watch Magic in college. Claude Smith probably one of and this I'm not trying to be funny, but Claude Smith probably one of the oldest fans in here, man. He's seen a lot of basketball, bro. Facts. And I like having conversations about era basketball, like Oscar Robertson. You compare him to Westbrook like they be saying? With somebody who actually seen both players play, you can't just go to the box score and videos and highlights. I mean, you can, but it's tough. It's a tough watch, man. It's hard to say that. Claude Smith said, I think he said it's one thing to develop physically than mentally. Look at Zion, John Morant, too immature. They came out too soon. Yeah, that's the professional part, right, Claude? That's the professional part where they learn how to shake hands and wave high when necessary. They learn how to be a professional. They learn how to be a superstar. They learn, to smile when somebody wanted autographs. They learn how to conduct themselves in the public. These dudes young with money, they getting blowing a check. in the strip joint, you heard? In the in the spizzy watching it get litty. You know what I'm saying? John Moran be like, all right, night, good night. Shit, after hours, moving around. That's again. That's why Kobe is celebrated because of his work ethic and him always working on his game and going to the gym and being prepared and playing for the fans, playing for the love of the game, and loving the game more than what the lifestyle brings. A lot of players don't understand that, and I'm gonna articulate it right now. Loving the game more than the lifestyle that it brings was what exemplified what Kobe work ethic was to stay on top, to be the best. Always at the gym. Even if we equally talented, I'ma outwork you. I'ma work harder than you. You know? I'ma be up earlier than you. I'ma leave later than you. You know? I'ma take one more jump shot than you. I'm gonna take one more layup than you. I'm gonna take 10 more jump shots than you. 100 more jump shots than you. I'm gonna work harder than you. I'm gonna run longer than you. I'm gonna go further than you because I'm a leader, and this is what it takes to win. And if you want to win, work harder than me, or work hard as me, because I'm a winner, and I know that because of my work ethic. Facts. That's who Kobe is, man. That's Mamba mentality. That's Mamba mentality. Insert Cam Thomas. Nah, I'm playing, but seriously, Kobe is his favorite player. But that's why I love Cam Thomas. Because he watched Kobe growing up and wanted to be an NBA player because of Kobe. Cam Thomas fell in love with basketball because of Kobe Bryant. Listen, I gotta respect it, yo. I gotta respect it. Cole Smith said, look at Jalen Wilson after 4 years of college. He's NBA ready. That's a fact. Jay Wilson, my favorite player on the team besides Cam Thomas. Cam Thomas. I like our team. I like Clowney. I like Claxton. I like Jalen Wilson. I like Trendon Watford. I even like Schroeder. You know, I need to see more from Derek. Danielsbury Sports Highlights say happy Thursday. Happy Thursday, man. Happy Friday with you. You know what I'm saying? The tri-state area. I don't know where y'all watching from. Where y'all watching from, man? Where y'all at, man? Where you at, Daniel? Where you at, Danny? Claude, where you at? Claude, Iceman, where you at? The Nick fan, Net fan game is on Sunday, man. Y'all might want to pull up. Claude Smith said there's certain players that are destined to be stars. Kobe, Magic, Jordan, Bird, etc. Yeah, certain players, you know, they just blessed and they know they talented and they know they want to do it. They're not confused about what they want to do. They passionate about doing it. Some people just be great and they great. Like I heard Tim Duncan was a swimmer up until until he got to college. Like ain't nobody even really know he was balling and hooping like that. But I don't know, man. I can't call it, won't spoil it. But Claude Smith make a good but this is valid what he said. You know what I'm saying? And they live up to the moment. They want the ball, right, Claude? They want the last shot. Give me the ball. You heard how my verse start? That's how they play. Just give me the ball. I'm fitting to score next. My J is on net. I said my J is on net. This is how they, you know what I mean? That confidence. They exude that confidence when they out there. They know they win this and they want to win. Facts. Oh, word. Shout to shout to Iceman all the way in Maryland. Close Smith said Tim Duncan landed in the perfect system, coach, etc. Yeah, they already had the Admiral, and then they added Duncan. That's tough. The Admiral was nice too. I didn't know he was that nice because Akeem used to give him work, and that's when I only could watch the national games growing up. I wasn't watching all of the Spurs games. I ain't know he was nice like that. I just remember seeing him and Akeem go at it. Akeem was doing back spin moves and like shaking and juking, and David Robinson was having he was having a hard time with Akeem the Dream Elijah on, yeah. You wake up in cold sweats. The Dream. The Admiral was getting that work. But yeah, man, great system, man. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, that's all I wanted to say. The NFL ain't fair to let Kendrick Lamar play them songs. If he played them songs, bruh, that got to be the most epic shit ever, yo. Claude Smith. Nah, Claude Smith. This is where you're wrong, guy. I'm gonna read this comment though. He said it's unfortunate CT landed in a system that the big three stifle his growth. Shit. My fault. But the truth is, bro, nah. Only thing that I would say that it did was stifle his statistics in his first 3 years. And I will agree to extend because that in-game experience is nothing like it. It's nothing like it. You know what I'm saying? You do it that way, you know what I mean? You're gonna learn from it. So I agree with you. Matter of fact, Paul, you were right. You're not wrong in this. You're right. It is stifled a little bit, but his work ethic kept him up to speed, talent wise and confidence wise. He didn't lose any confidence because he didn't get the minutes that he should have got when the big quote unquote big three was here: KD, Kyrie, and James Harden. So he kept his confidence in his work ethic, and you know what I'm saying. I think because of it, this next season he has something to prove. I think he wants to prove it though. As much as we want him to do it and see him do it, he wants to do it for himself, for the Brooklyn Nets, for you know what I'm saying, the love of basketball. He has his story. You know what I'm saying. I like Cam Thomas. He's my favorite player. Um, and yeah, like I was telling somebody, I said, yo, I almost guaranteed that he was going to be a great player before he got the opportunity. Once I seen him in the summer league and game winners, and just how he was, the confidence he exuded in the post game interviews, and you know what I mean. Every opportunity he got, he scored a ball, and he's just incredible to watch. It's very entertaining, and on top of that, his IQ for basketball is great. That's why he's entertaining, because his IQ. His IQ, he's very smart. And as much as people say, he's at a disadvantage because he's short, he's a professional athlete. Look at Cam Thomas. That's somebody that's a professional athlete. Like he constantly works on his body, constantly hooping in the off season. I'm really excited to see him play this season. Um, but yeah, we'll see. Claude Smith said, if it wasn't for the big three, he would have been the focus of the offense. That's a fact. That's a fact. And I think they know that too. And I'm glad you're saying all this because it just made me remember that I just found out. I think it's because of Iceman. He sent me something and he was saying Joe Tsai is a big fan of Cam Thomas. You know what I'm saying? When Jacques Vaughn was doing what taking away the opportunities from Cam Thomas. For that's why what I mean. He chose Cam Thomas over Jack Vaughn. So Jack Vaughn saying all that stuff and this and that. He like we gonna keep Cam Thomas. We like him. Man, 27th pick. Yeah, you as a GM and the owner, you gotta feel like you won in the draft, getting a player like Cam Thomas, getting Cam Thomas in the draft. Not just a player like Cam Thomas, but getting him specifically in the draft. He himself thought he would go sooner. I think like 15th or something. So he really is confident that he is one of the better players in the draft. He think he's better than 27th, and I do too. That's why I always talk about the redraft for Charles, and I got him in the top 10. Definitely a lottery pick for sure. Closer said, "Look how many head coaches CT had to play for. Young players need stability. That's a fact. I think he will find it in Joey Fernandez. Barry, my guy, he said 3 more days. Nah, scratch that too. 2 more days. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. You gotta count Friday too. Friday, Friday, Saturday, and then Sunday it happens. Yeah, I'm anxious though, man. I want to get to it. I want to be able to continue playing year after year until I'm too old to play. But time I'm too old to play, I want a build a big enough fan base of the podcasts who run the city, the podcast, for the fan game to be a thing that fans just naturally want to come out to and show support because they think it's dope that we doing this. I think me and T-Time are going to be famous because of this fan game. I think it's going to be big in the city one day. I know there's me and T-Time doing this Who Run the City podcast is a big thing. We only got like 100 or something, like some subscribers, and I need to put more energy into it or something. Well, both of us do, because it's it's the first podcast that I went to a radio station and I was like on a radio station. Like that was huge. I was on Reflex Radio. Shout out to Reflex Radio. Shout out to Joe Parker and what he got going on with that radio station. You know what I'm saying? Good guy, man. I was on the radio with T-Time doing Who Run the City, the podcast. It's motivational. You know what I'm saying? So I love that podcast. I know we really ain't doing much this off season, but it's cool. You know what I'm saying? I really wanted to do it more, but my schedule did get a little bit it got different. And his schedule was kind of tough to blend with my schedule, but we'll work it out more I would say in the regular season than the off season. So, shout out to T-Time. He got a podcast called Nixon Ish. I can subscribe to that podcast. But other than that, you won't ever hear me say subscribe to a Nick podcast. But that being said, yeah, Barry. He said, let's not let Steve Nash off the hook regarding CT's playing time. Him too. Him and Jack Vaughn. Of course, I'm too old to play. I just watch. Listen, I'm going to play while I can, Claude. While I can, I'm going to go out there and play. Barry said, we playing in the city, right? Yeah, we playing at Tompkins Square Park. Tompkins Square Park is Lower East Side. You can take like the, one of the East Side trains, you feel what I'm saying? Or you can take the A or the C, you feel what I mean? Get off at like Canal Street probably. No. Like 14th Street, probably walk over from the west side to the east side. You feel me? Look in Tompkins Square Park. They got a lot of different trains that go over in that area, and then it'd be walking distance when you come out the train station. But I just wanted to pull up, say that. Shout to y'all for pulling up. Shout to everybody in the chat. Shout to Barry. Shout to Claude Smith. Shout to the tip off of Brooklyn Nets podcast. I'm surprised you're not. I gotta give you your wrench. I think you got a wrench on the other one, but I'm gonna give you a wrench on this one. And peace, y'all. Appreciate y'all. Later.